Beautiful people, and welcome to A Little Something to Whine About podcast with myself, Chevaun, Camille.
And I am Michelle.
Where we whine, W-I-N-E, about life, personal growth, relationships, and more, because sometimes you just need to whine a little. So grab a glass of your favorite red, white, or rosé and join us on the couch. And please make sure you're not drinking and driving.
Yes. Let's practice safety. Let's practice safety.
So today is our first podcast officially. Woo! Clink, clink, clink. And today's topic is called Who Are You? Because you have tuned in and you are wondering, well, who are these two girls, these two women, these two young women, young ladies?
Millennials, I guess.
Millennials, but later, the millennials in the 30s, okay? The millennials
not the new millennials, the old
not the 20s, we the 30s. Like, we over that line.
We the other millennials.
So we're going to just discuss who we are, just, and we thought we'd do it a little differently, and we're going to interview each other.
Yes.
And we do not know what the questions are.
No, we do not. I am nervously excited about that part. Yeah. So before we start, Chevaun, tell me what are we drinking during this introduction of who we are?
So I have my favorite wine with me. It is called Malvasia di Carsorso Dolce. It is a red wine. God knows that I actually prefer white, but for somehow this became my favorite red. Okay.
Hold on. Did you hear how you said that though?
Let me. So for the other, that was for my educated people. For the others, for the little more rough around them edges, I got my Malvasia di Carsorso Dolce
and Gabbana.
No, but my glasses are. My glasses are. Okay, Dolce and Gabbana. I'm gonna shout them out. My favorite designers.
That was my first designer purse. Actually, it was a hot pink Dolce and Gabbana purse, and I made sure I wore it with my hot pink sundress. Just a little tidbit. But go ahead.
I love me some Italian. The language I learned it in college. Though I don't remember any of it. The menses, whatever. The wines. I'm here for Italy. I'm here for Italy.
I'm here for anything that you speak, because I speak, what do they call American English? Okay. And nothing else. So there will be times where I go, come on, Chevaun, say that word. Because I'd rather you say it correctly than for me to say it and they go, ooh.
That's fair. So what I'm drinking today is that I have a very big glass, as you can see, because this is my good day, bad day, don't even ask day. And with the day I've had, we are at don't even ask. So what are you drinking?
Compared to you, nothing. I am drinking Pinot Grigio. Come on, Chevaun, give me the
Caltern. It's Caltern.
Yeah, that's what it is. The Caltern Pinot Grigio. I remember the first time we had it, we were sitting at a restaurant in DC in Chinatown. And it was awesome. The Riesling was too sweet. So we ended up getting the Pinot, and this is actually my first Pinot that I have ever drank. I have never had a Pinot before I tried that. So, usually your first one becomes your favorite. So I am looking forward to future episodes where I get to try different ones to see, compare the two, what they taste, what they taste like, what I like, which one's sweeter, which one's not. I can do sweet wines, but I'm not a big sweet wine person. So I found out as I got older. But yes, my glass compared to yours.
Your glass is the same size though.
It's the same size, but my pour.
Yeah.
This here pour.
You had a good day.
It's my good day pour. Compared to your full out.
Don't even ask.
Don't ask. But okay, just let me have this moment. That your glass says I need a few moments. My glass says I'm at peace.
And that is fair. So we will be learning wines. We are not wine connoisseurs. We are just two women who enjoy a good glass, whether it's 6 ounces, 8 ounces, or just 12. Keep pouring till I say stop.
Okay, exactly.
And we're gonna go through this thing. So let's get to the questions.
Okay. So Chevaun, you go first. Let's go first.
All right, so
that means I go first. Oh man, I don't know.
Right. That's what that means. That's exactly what that means.
Okay, we're here now. Let me sip this while you
get prepared. Okay,
I'm not ready.
So, Miss Tae Michelle, what was the first wine you ever had?
Oh, that's an easy one. The first wine I ever had was actually Moscato. I think for the most part, from the people that I have associated with, I think that's the most common one amongst my friends and mine, because we tend to go sweet, because only thing you hear about wine at first, you see red wine, oh my God, it's bitter, it's nasty, so you automatically go, yep, I don't want that. Let me go to the other side. So when you go to the other side, I think a lot of times we go all the way to the other side. And for me, that's what Moscato is. It's all the way to the other side. And that's now with me having the little bit, and when I say little, I mean little bit of knowledge that I have in reference to wine. But yes, it was a Moscato. And
do you remember the brand, if it was a
absolutely not?
Okay.
I am 35 plus, and my first glass of wine, I do know I was about 23 years old. So 10 plus years ago, yep, right. Have no idea. Gotcha. I do know I was in the club. I was getting my party on. And that was my first wine. And I know it was pink and it was bubbly, and pink is my favorite color. So I was like, ooh, yay.
So you were jazzed off the color.
Let's go. Bubbles. Who can look at bubbles and be sad? Like, unless that's a trauma thing for you. I'm sorry. I hope that's not a trigger. But most people, when you look at bubbles, you're happy.
When I look at bubbles now, all I think about is Finding Nemo. Bubbles, my bubbles, my bubbles. Whatever. I'm gonna be honest. I'm a big kid.
Dory.
That's what I think of. It's the guy who was obsessed with the fish in the aquarium, who had spent way too much time there and was obsessed with the bubbles. Yeah, bubbles, my bubbles. Bubbles. I was like, get him his bubble.
That low key is one of my favorite movies, because I promise you, Shark Bait. I used to hit that out the blue so much. My sisters would be like, oh my God. I'd be like, okay, I'm done. And then when it got quiet, I would do it again. Like, I don't know why, but Finding Nemo is one of my favorites. But yes, so that was my favorite, or my first introduction to wine. So my question is going to be a little bit more deep.
Oh, she getting deep.
I'm getting going deep.
Listen, I was trying to warm up. We was doing,
I mean, hey, look, sometimes just rip the Band-Aid off, jump right in. Daddy. Okay, I'm done. It said, my question to you is, what would you say your style is, and what does it say about you?
I think my style, actually, my best friend told me that my style, and this was like maybe 5-6 years ago, she said that my style is comfy, casual, chic.
Okay.
I think it says that I spent most of my life as a dancer, and so we got to be comfortable, and you got to be ready to move. I appreciate stretch jeans, because they came out around time I was in middle school, because I did have the true denims, because the Levi's and the strap and all of them, I had them, and you can't move them. I ripped a good many. trying to do splits and toe touches and everything else because
heel stretches and turns,
man, was not gonna stop. I'm gonna do this arabesque. Now, if it happened to rip this denim, I guess they should have made it better. So I I pretty much wear leggings, t-shirts, and I think my style is reflective of the era I grew up. I grew up in the 90s, you know, like everything was big and baggy. And I think my shirts still kind of do that. But I also grew up as a dancer. So I needed the leg movement flexibility. So I'm really big on cute form fit and sweatpants, but I'm like real big on leggings or jeggings, whatever, either one.
Yeah, that's a new thing. Well, it's not new, but it's newer than
right. So I'm that, and then I like a good boot. So I can't wear boots like I used to. I just, especially like with the weight I'm carrying now, that's a lot of weight to be putting on boots. But yeah, so I guess my style is comfy as far as I like my legs to be comfortable. I like the top to be casual, so I'm more of a t-shirt person, graphic tee girl. But I'm a little chic with it, so I gotta put the boots on.
Okay. Heavy for boots. This young lady who is umpteen pounds lighter than I am, heavy for boots. But okay, I give you that.
But it's also a matter of I did a lot of dancing. I did a lot of damage to my legs, especially doing point.
For you. Yes. Okay. Now that I can understand, which is why I didn't do it. I stuck to jazz.
Yeah, I mean, I did jazz and contemporary and all that, but I did do point. And I got most of my injuries doing contemporary, but that's a whole other thing. All right. So my next question.
Oh Lord.
For you is, how would your best friend describe you?
Wow. So my best friend and I share the same name. Her name is Michelle. And she's currently in Texas. I miss her so much. But we have the type of relationship where we literally don't talk often, and it's okay. When we need each other, we are absolutely there, hands down, no questions. Text in the middle of the night, whatever it may be, full support. That's been my best friend since middle school. You said, how would she describe me?
Yeah, you know.
I think she would probably call me crazy, outgoing. I don't know if she would call me mean, because people think I'm mean, but my best friend has like a mean streak that is something serious. But you know, sometimes I guess they say birds of a feather flock together. But I don't think I'm that mean. But my best friend is that girl. I love her, and she's so short. Like, I'm only 5'3". Yeah. So, and she's shorter than I am. Like, short. But I love her to death. She's definitely been there through a lot. But yeah, I think that's how she would describe me. Like, funny. I think she would think I'm a softer person, because I don't know.
I think with best friends, it's low, especially when you have one that you've known for so long, because they've seen you evolve.
Yes. Now, I will say she has seen me go through a lot in reference to, you know, from middle school up until now. You know, she was married before I was. I had a child before she did. So we've seen each other through a lot. So I feel like she has I know she has definitely seen my changes, both for the better, and shoot, because I'm human, some for the worse. And she loves me through them all. Because I could call her and she'd be like, now you know good what you want. I'm like, I mean, no, I'm not. And she'd be like, it's okay. You're not going to agree. I don't expect you to. And that's why I love her, because she like really just tells me how it is, accepts me like no matter what. And same vice versa. I'd be like, Shelly. It's funny because my mom calls us Musha. That's my nickname. And she calls her Mushu. So because when we would be together, she would say Michelle, and we both would be like, Not you. You know who I'm talking about. Because we both have like butthole moments together, and it's like so funny. But she's also one of the people who like I cannot stay mad at whatsoever. And you know, I don't know. We just clicked, and it just worked. And the fact that both of our names Michelle just makes it like double time, like better. But I think that's how she would describe me. I think she would think I was loving. I think she would think she would describe me as a butthole. At times, which I can't deny. I can be. I'm a little spoiled, a lot of spoiled. I will never deny that. Yeah. Hi, Charlie. I miss you. Okay. You stop. You're about to make me cry. Okay, so your next question is, what is something you would never give up on?
Oh, that's hard. You hit me with all these deep questions. I feel like
I told you
I hit with the surface. I was trying to be like, you know, light and airy.
Like, I want to know you. Who are you? Who is Chevaun Camille? I want to know you.
Oh.
Or we want to know you.
One thing I would never give up on. Learning. I think if you've been around me long enough or somebody's known me long enough, I will never stop learning something. I hate being stagnant. I hate feeling like where I was last year is the same place I am today. I need to do something different. I need to keep evolving as a person. I need to keep growing as an individual. I'm always pushing. So I'm never going to give up on learning. I will give up on some people. I'm not going to lie. I'll give up on people, places, things, all that changes. But to me, education, no, it's there. Knowledge is knowledge. I will never give up on learning more. It's the reason that I decided to learn Italian in college, because I had learned Spanish from elementary school through high school. So I went to Italian. After that, I was like, I want to learn Portuguese. So I bought a bunch of books and I've been teaching myself. I want to learn French. So I literally write to my mom in French, because there was a time she was fluent in French. And so we that. Right. I wanted to learn computer programming. So I did. I will never give up the desire to learn. I will never give that up. That keeps me going. It inspires me to get up every day with my whole self, because sometimes I don't know where I am. I'm lost in the sauce. But
hey,
but that I will never give up on learning.
That's actually a really, really, really good answer. Okay. I mean, I'm hitting you and you coming back. I'm just saying. Ooh, this is hard. This is deep. This is good. Okay. That was an excellent answer. Yeah. Ooh. Okay.
So I'm gonna go a little deep now.
Oh God.
I was giving you at least warm-up questions. You just want to come in swinging on people. I was at least trying to be like...
And then when you give me, I'm like, Jesus.
Right. No. This is called, I'm stepping up to the plate. You done smacked me, and now it's some Capua shall I begin, as they said in Spartacus. So now...
Oh, Lord. Here we go. Okay, let me get my mental. I think I might need to pour to the next level.
So my question to you is, what is your best quality?
Wow. Well, I think my best quality is
It sucks, don't it? Be on the other end of that side,
it so sucks. You know what? Honestly, I don't think I have a best quality. I don't know. I mean, people might, you have low self-esteem and da da da. But okay, no, I don't think I have a best quality as far as myself. But what I have been told on numerous of occasions in numerous of different situations and time again is that I am an excellent teacher. And that's of anything that I have knowledge on, or anything that, technically needs to be taught. I told that I break things down very well to its simplest form as much as possible, which I find funny because I a lot of times find it hard to articulate what I'm trying to say. So you will catch me a lot of times saying, does that make sense? I hope I'm not losing you, because I get kind of scatterbrained. So for people to tell me that, it's weird to me, but apparently they say I'm a good teacher. That is one thing that I do hear as far as a quality I hear about myself. Do I believe it? I mean, maybe about 60%, maybe. I give myself a D. And that's because, it's passing, barely. But I don't know. I think I also been told I'm hard on myself too. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like if anything, that would probably be my best quality. I try to be a good listener, but I'm gonna be honest, sometimes my head get in the way and my attitude is not the best all the time. I would never say I have a great attitude in most situations. Most situations I'm okay. I'm not gonna say great, but I'm okay. But I will say sometimes I don't listen because sometimes I don't care to listen. And it's not always right, but I know who I am.
Yeah,
I know who I am. So yes, I would say maybe if that would be teaching for me. I will go with that one.
I mean, that's a good quality. That's a good quality.
It is, because I'll be honest, it's annoying. Okay.
Oh, I completely understand that. I agree with that.
I'll say we both are in or have been in teaching roles, and it can be challenging. Man, I tell you, I be wanting to crack my neck, roll my shoulders, tie my hair in a ponytail and be like, you know what?
Teaching is not for those who have no patience. Teaching is not for those who need instant gratification, really.
Now, the instant gratification, I definitely feel like if you're a teacher and you're looking for instant gratification, you might as well quit. But what was the first thing you said?
Patience. You need to have patience to be a teacher.
Everybody tells me, Michelle, oh my God, you have so much patience. I don't.
But I think it depends though, because I've heard the same thing. And I think I have more patience with children than I do with adults.
I don't think I have patience with either.
No, because I've seen you at dance practices teaching people. And I think it's there. I think it's more there than you think it is, especially by comparison to other people who have like none.
Okay.
That's why I said patience.
Personally, no patience. I don't feel like I don't feel like I have no patience. I have 6 children. I have 1 biological child and 5 stepchildren, ages from 15 down to 6. And I have a husband who's a true butthole. And so are some of my best friends. So I think patience is there. But I also think part of that comes to me not listening.
That's true. Block stuff out.
Because block it out, and it seems like I have patience when, in all honesty, yeah, I stopped listening 5 minutes ago, and that made me so wrong. But I'm just being honest. Like, that's truly how it is. And I know that can definitely be frustrating for my spouse, but that's how I feel sometimes. And sometimes I do it to prevent other things from happening. But anyway, okay. All right, I'm gonna give you a light one. I got a light one.
Oh Lord.
You can woosah.
I don't know what your light's gonna be.
It's light. I promise. Take a sip of your
Malvasia.
Yep, I told you I gotta think Cavassier, Malvasia. I know it don't, but that's my brain. Okay. What is your guilty pleasure? Told you it was light.
I don't know. That's probably harder than the rest. And the part of it is because all of the pressures, because the pleasures I have, I don't feel guilty about. I'm me. So like it or don't, I actually thought about guilt and embarrassment a while ago because of a book I was reading. And it made me realize that people are embarrassed because they're concerned about other people's opinions of them when they do what they do. Guilt is a lot the same way when it comes to guilty pleasures. And I realized like, I don't really have any. There are some things about myself that I wouldn't like scream from the rooftops. Right. But even with that, if they came to be known, I will stand and own it.
Right, because it's who you are.
Because
and
it's who I
get it. I get it. I completely get it. Yeah, I get it. And I understand. That's actually a good topic to think about. But that's a wine for another day.
Yeah. But yeah, so guilty pleasures. I'm not sure I have any guilty pleasures. I have a lot of pleasures, things that I like to
do. Well, give me 2 of those.
But I like to travel.
Tell us 2 of those.
I like to travel.
This is my road running sister. I in my phone for years, your name outside of New Booty was road running. Because when I say you didn't stay one place longer than a year or 2, it was much. Like, oh, I'm over here. Oh, I'm over here. Oh, I moved back over here, but not in the same place. It's a little bit this way. Oh, I'm over here. Oh, well, now I'm moving to Maryland. Oh, okay. And I'm be honest, I thought you'd be gone by now.
You know, I life kept happening and I just kept staying. And I thought I would be gone by now as well. Although I am looking to move to Virginia. So but in theory, I should be gone soon out of Maryland.
Out of Maryland, right. But it's still local. We're in the DMV area, so you're not.
I mean, I had to set a home base because I couldn't keep moving. Part of it is I can't keep moving and then traveling. Because I am an adult and all my adult stuff can't keep going to my mama's house in New York. Like it just
got it.
Like at some point, you know, the bills gotta go
stability
somewhere else, and you have to have your own stability. And so I had to build stability for me and a home base for me. But I love to travel. That's like my biggest pleasure ever. If I can wake up in one place and go to sleep in another, that's like the best feeling in the world. It makes me feel like I've accomplished something. So I'm always, and if people are like, hey, road trip to Phoenix in a week, I'm there. If I don't have to work, and even still, if I could work around, like, especially with the work from home, because I can work from home, I'm out. You know, I'm the type of person, oh, it's Wednesday. We want to go to Richmond on Friday. I'm there. Like, I don't have any qualms about getting up. And I think that's one of the beautiful things about being child free, to be honest, is I can get up and go. Now it's a little more complicated with Roman, who is my soon to be 6-year-old pit bull Great Dane baby, because ironically, it's easier to get people to watch a child than a dog. And so traveling with him, like, it's not going to happen. And then trying to get somebody to watch him is hard as well, because, you know, pit bulls
different.
It's not even that. I'm going to say this, and I said it, and some people might feel some type of way. Pit bulls are the Black people of the dog breeds, okay? Because, and I say that because in my old apartment when I had Roman, and he was a little puppy, a little pup, and everybody was, oh my God, he's so cute. Oh, he's so cute. Oh, he's so cute. Oh, he's so cute. By the end of his first year, which is when I had to accept the doctor telling me that, you know, he's half Great Dane, right? Like, oh, he's Dane in there somewhere. That he was going to be big. By the time he's like 60 pounds at year 1, all the same people that were like, oh my God, he's so cute, are now afraid of him. Because, well, he barked before, like, not, you know, like his bark is louder and it echoes because of the Dane in him. He has a Dane bark, truly. But I realized, like, in the 2, because I had him for 4 or 5 years out of his life that we were there, and he grew up over there, and the same people who were, oh my God, he's so cute, love him, love him, love him, as a puppy, by the time he's 60 pounds, are afraid of him. He didn't change. He's not aggressive. He's not people aggressive. Dogs and cats and squirrels, whole nother issue. But
squirrel.
And rabbits, because man, he was trying to tear up some rabbits today. But people, he loves people. And he always loves people, and he has a big bark, but his bark is not like, I'm gonna kill you. It's like, oh my God, what's up, guys? Hey.
I know.
But
oh my God. And I don't like dogs. And Roman will literally just come push himself on me, and I'll be like, oh, Roman, you are too big. Like, I feel like you're my size. You're going to knock me over. I'm going to fall. You're going to sit on me. I'm not going to be able to move, Roman. And he's like, nope.
But you're gonna pet me though, right?
Nope. And I'm like, no, I'm not. You're too big. I'm not. But I get it.
But that was my thing with him is he's big and he's loud and he has a deep voice because of the Dane. Mm-hmm. And he's a bully, so he's goofy like a bully and a Dane, because both of those breeds are just full on stupid. And like they just both not stupid and like but like they like
I get it. I get
like, it. And it cracks me up that people are so afraid of him, because I'm like, he's afraid of balloons.
Size matters. That's all I'm saying.
He's afraid of balloons, and I get that, but it just I don't know. So anyway, my guilty pleasure is traveling. It is a little tricky with a dog like mine. Even to find people to watch him or to walk him, because there's a matter of finding people who can control him, because he is a big boy. He's like 90 something pounds. Okay. He will pull you if you let him.
For real.
So hey. All right.
Dare you almost let his ass one up.
What?
I didn't want to close his nose in the door. So like when I was coming in the house, he was trying to get to me, and I'm like, no, Roman, go back. So I'm closing the door so he doesn't run out while Rob is grabbing his leash. And I'm like, I don't want to close you. No, I don't want to hurt you. Move, Roman. I don't want to hurt you. And he's like, no, come here. And
well, and he does that because he wants to sniff you, or if he knows you leaving him by himself and he doesn't want you to, he'll put his nose in the door. He used to that at the apartment. Like I would go downstairs just to wash clothes, and if he was like, no, no,
I'm like, put his little nose in the door. And I'm like, I don't want to put the door. So of course he gets his nose through, and boom, his body comes through, and he's like outside. And Rob's like, Michelle, what are you doing? I'm like, I didn't want to close his nose in the door. And he's like, Roman, come here. And Roman's like, oh, we're going for a walk. And I'm like, just don't run off. Just don't run off. Just don't. Oh. Rob was like, oh my God, babe, you can't do that. I was like, I didn't want to hurt him. I was so scared. He was like, okay.
I'd be more scared of him getting out because there's dogs in his neighborhood, and there are two of them that he's got problems with. So
okay. Yeah, I was more afraid of hurting him. Like you coming home and like, what is this scratch on his nose? I slammed his nose.
I'm not worried about that. I'm more worried if I come home and he's not there because he done took off.
Well, we were gonna find him. Like that wasn't the issue. We were going to find him. It was just I didn't want him hurt. Okay. So I was like, oh God. But we can just delete this part.
So okay,
memories. I'm not even talking about the podcast. I just prefer the memory,
Okay.
So whose turn is it?
So my question to you, is
here we go.
This is a deep one.
Okay, who's?
Yeah, you started deep, and
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna end deep. Is what I'm gonna end. What is your most controversial opinion?
I have a lot. and I have a lot because of how I grew up, what I know to be true, what I believe, and then what you see and what you learn. I call myself a walking contradiction, and if anybody if you guys continue to listen, you will fully understand what I mean by that. Simply because where I can truly and honestly believe something with every ounce of me, that does not mean I don't understand or see or can empathize with the other side. Where on the one hand, I am completely all for tradition. I am traditional. I am conservative, if you want to use that word. But I'm not so stuck and stagnant or in a place where I might not believe, or you might not change my mind and my beliefs, but I do understand the direction that you're coming from and your point of view, and your choices are your choices. But I would say controversy for me is racial stuff, racial things, and I know that's controversial for most people.
No, but like, what's your most controversial opinion? Like, what's the most controversial?
No, like about racism, like that's one. That's definitely one. And a lot of people aren't gonna like this. God. Just that, well, and I don't want to call it religion, because religion in itself is that's something that gets on my nerves, in the fact of what the negative connotation behind it.
But I think that's because there's a difference between religion and spirituality, and people don't really acknowledge that.
Right, but I also feel like where people would say, oh, you're a religious person, I have a religion, yes, because I feel like religion is simply a category that you want to put me in. Just like I feel like spirituality is a category that you would want to put me in. I just feel like God is more than that, period. And that in itself is controversial. So that's what I'm saying. I have so many different things. Sexuality, I am very, 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 I had like that's a whole nother thing for me. It's a lot.
What would you say your top is, though? Like, what's your most controversial?
Those two, sexuality and
religion.
Not religion,
but God, the existence of God.
The existence of God. Well, then it's three, because it's like the existence of God. That's probably number one, to be honest with you, because that's something that I get very passionate and heated about, and I probably will stop talking to you because like about that, I won't stop talking to you as a person, but like if I feel like a conversation that we're had is going to go anywhere in that way, I won't talk. I will stop it, because I know my beliefs and I know who I am, and it will become such a battle that it could possibly ruin any type of relationship that me and that person may have. Now, a true friend, we can disagree from the rooter to the tutor, and that just be that. But I know most people, when it comes to quote unquote religion and spirituality, that's not how that goes. Right. I know, people, you lose friends over things like that.
Religion, politics, and race. People lose friends, accomplices, associates.
Politics, we can definitely not agree on politics at all. I don't care. I'm not going to stop being your friend because you voted for Trump. Like, okay, that's fine.
I agree with that. Like,
I'm not going to stop being your friend because you voted for Trump. I'm just going to think, okay, you have foolish ways, and go on about my business.
I'm not politically committed.
I'm not either.
Anybody. So that's not going to break me up. But I'm just saying,
technically, I'm listed as a Democrat, but there are some things with the Democrat Party that I completely do not agree with. There are some things on the Republican Party I definitely do agree with. Politics, that's a human thing. That's neither here nor there, because at the end of the day, that's not going to determine where you spend eternity, and that's how I feel.
Well, no, I'm only saying that because of controversial opinions. Like the three controversial things that tend to ruin or end relationships are probably religion, race, and politics.
Yeah. Now, race,
I agree with you. I'm a registered independent, so
yeah. Now, race and that sexuality thing, I don't know why, but those two things are definitely my top two. People don't like what I say. People don't like my opinion, and that's fine. You ain't got the answer to me. I ain't got no heaven or hell to put you in. And that's where I leave it. At the end of the day, I leave it at that. I respect your choice. Do I agree with it? No. Do I want it around me and my children, depending on what it is? No. And I have every right to feel that way and to teach my children what I feel is correct. If you don't like it, guess what you can do? You can exit. I won't feel no type of way. That's on you. But I just feel like there's a right and there's a wrong. And I feel like a lot of times that gets lost. At the end of the day, regardless of what, there's a right and there's a wrong. And it was predetermined what the right and the wrong was. Period. Is, not even was, is, like even to this day. There is right, there is wrong. I don't care what you put on top of it to make it look pretty. Right is right and wrong is wrong.
All right.
So, girl, I think I might need a shot of on the side. Like, that you go. I thought I was diving in. You, woo, just this.
I had to create some things that I had to give a range. I had to give some light questions, some deep questions.
I see. So, okay, so what is your favorite imperfection about yourself? Boom. Hit you. Drops.
I'm short.
If you all could see me right now, I just literally put my glass down. It was like in my head.
I'm short. Look, in my perfect world, I was 5'7", the same height as my grandmother. In this real world, I am 5'3" bite size. Okay, so
we are the same height. Okay, short is sexy. Okay.
I said you asked my favorite imperfection. That's not perfect for me. My perfect should be 5'7". I should be 5'7", but I'm 5'3", and so I consider that an imperfection. Which I don't know what you wanted me to say, and that I wear glasses. Okay, because my eyesight's not. That's by definition. My eyesight isn't perfect.
I'll give you the glasses. But your height, okay.
My eyesight isn't perfect.
The song said I wish I was a little bit taller.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying? I get it. I love being short.
I'm good being short now, but
clearly we've been short all our life. Clearly it's not changing.
But if I had a choice, I would have been 5'7", is what I'm saying. And I actually really like my glasses. Like, yeah. I appreciate these things. Because not for nothing, I pretty much jacked up my eyesight on purpose to have glasses because I always like girls with glasses.
Wow. So, the funny thing is when you say that, when we were younger, watching the movies, especially like the movies in the 80s, it was always like a quote unquote Cinderella story type thing where it was like the geek who turns into like the wonderful person. And I wanted to be that girl. First of all, I always related to the geek anyway. I thought I was quiet. People say I wasn't, but whatever. That's your perception. But I always thought I was, the girl in the back who I wanted to wear the glasses. I wanted braces. I wanted to be the outcast until I was the outcast. And then I wanted to be and then I'm going to turn into this beautiful swan. You're going to see me and going to be like, oh my God, that's her. Yeah, that's the same person. I always kind of wanted that, but that was growing up and seeing movies like Pretty in Pink, Teen Witch, and that was like my favorite movie.
I always wanted glasses and braces because 3 of the girls I knew that I thought were really pretty actually had glasses and braces. That's what it came down to. And so I got the glasses. I did that. I told my mom, I don't feel like I can see the board. It wasn't true. And I told my mom later that I had lied about it. But this is part of the reason I feel like my eyesight has not changed since I got my glasses at the age of like 9. And honestly, it's like, what is my prescription? It's like both of them are like negative 1.5 at this point. So it's not even really off. I mean, I think my eyesight was going to deteriorate with age anyway, but it really hasn't gotten much worse since whatever. Because when I did it, I just lied when they were like, what letters do you see? I could see them, but I like kind of hazed my eyes a little bit. So they were a little blurred. And then I like kind of made some stuff up and they were like, oh, it's not too bad. And I'm like, no, I didn't want like bifocals, but I just wanted like single vision glasses. So
I get it. I wear glasses. Yeah, I wear glasses. I have astigmatism. And I'm gonna be honest with you, like my doctor, it's so funny. Every time I go, she goes, okay, so you have astigmatism. Yep. Do you want glasses? Yep. I'm like, get them to me. Insurance is gonna pay for them. Might as well. Ask me how many times I put them on.
Oh, I rarely ever see you. I didn't even know you had them, to be honest with you.
Yes, I have them. They're right behind me.
I've seen you in contacts, like the colored ones more than I have.
Those no prescriptions. Those abuse.
And that's probably what I should have done. And my mother said that. She was like, well, you could have just told me that. I'd have got you non-prescription glasses. And I looked at her like, no, you wouldn't. Like, it was also, for me, it was a matter of everyday I thought was attractive or cute had glasses. But it was also because
I feel like that was like the 80s, like born in the 80s, growing up in the 90s, like nostalgia type thing too.
But even more than that, I was bullied a lot. And so I figured if I got these glasses, because at the time, tortoiseshell glasses were the thing. They're big. For those who don't remember tortoiseshell or don't know tortoiseshells, they're not skinny. These nice little rectangle frames I have, and a lot of people have, that's great. In the 90s, the style was the tortoiseshells, okay? They were smaller than the ones from the 80s. We were getting in the 90s, so they were getting a little smaller than the big joints that took up your entire face. But these took up, instead of taking up 80% of your face, they now took up 70. And because I was bullied so much, I was like, you know what? If I get glasses and that covers half my face, and people will leave me alone. And that's sort of what happened. Sort of.
Oh, that's some interesting math.
It happened though.
Hey, look, whatever the win is, take it. I'd say if that was your win, hey, take it, own it, and have it up. Okay, last question. Go ahead.
So my final question to you, and I stole this off a movie.
No.
Why did you get married?
Wow. Why did I get married?
Mm-hmm. I hate the dramatic leaning. This better be deep and great.
Why did I get married? When I first got married? Okay, wait. You want my reasoning when I got married then, or my reasoning now?
You got married then, so I'm more concerned about why you got married then. Why you stayed married is kind of why you are married now. Okay. Why you got married is from 5-6 years ago. So my question is, why did you get married? I feel like this is about to be great. Just by the look on your face, I feel like it's going to bless me. So, arms open and receiving.
Because I was drunk.
Oh, boy. That didn't bless me. I'm glad for the truth, but that didn't bless me.
Okay.
And for that, now I need communion, because that did not bless me at all. I am not blessed.
No. Okay. So okay. So it's no. Okay. That's not why. That played a part in how it happened. But that's not why. Like, the sober outside of the how it happened, because anytime someone asks me that, I start thinking back to how we technically agreed to get married. It was a wild night. It was a lot going on. And you know how when they say when you're intoxicated, like the true you comes out, your true feelings, and drunk man don't lie, and all that all that. So I feel like it was going to happen anyway. I feel like the alcohol sped it up. Because outside of that crazy night, we had conversations prior while we were dating. And our dating period was very short. But
yes, I know. We went to my birthday in Atlantic City in July, single, and then by December of that same year,
I was married. Yes.
So I know it was quick.
Yes. It was a shift in. So a shift started happening in me about a year before that. And when we started dating, he was something different. And he was something different in a way where I felt a level of comfort and security that I kept saying, you know how when you say, I want something different, I want something different, I don't want the same stuff, I'm tired of going through the same thing over and over again. So I had took necessary steps to prevent me from doing that. But at the same time, I was like, still saying, no, my next, I want to be my last. But I'm not just going for anything. I want something different. And I kept saying that. And when we went on our first date, the conversation was out of this world. Never looked at our phones. forgot we even had them. Talked from beginning to the end, laughed, enjoyed each other, and from then on, it was that same feeling, being able to talk, he was someone I felt I could talk to. I could tell I was secure. I could be vulnerable with. I was secure. I felt such a level of comfort. And you know how something feels so comfortable that it just becomes normal very easily? Mm-hmm. That's what I felt. So in that, I also was like, wait, I'm not trying to be anxious. So where I'm feeling this way, I was also like, hold up, like bag back. But when we agreed, that was the intoxication night. Of course, we didn't stay intoxicated for the whole week. We agreed on a Sunday to get married on a Friday. So through that whole week, it was still conversations. It was still, what are we looking for in this? It was still that level of, it wasn't like, oh, we was drunk. It felt right. It felt right. I felt comfortable. I felt safe. I felt like I could trust him. And it was just different, like completely different. And I felt encouraged. I felt so many of the things that I was missing, that I felt like this is where my marriage should start, with me feeling these ways, this way, with me feeling like this. And then there were some things that happened within that month that really, the display of just simple caring. Not even, oh, I love you, I'm doing this because I love you. No, I'm doing this simply because I care. That level of base, no, I just care enough. It was like, wow. And so it was, for me, it was easy for me to say, yeah, let's do this for real. However, nobody believed me when I said I was getting married, but that's another story for another day. Yeah. But and that's that. I think that's why, because it was just a level of comfort. It was a level of security. It was a level of support. It was a level of, this is somebody I can build something with. And it was also a level of, hey, I got him.
Oh Lord.
I mean, if we're being honest.
I mean, and honesty is the key here.
I mean, it was that too. Like, that was like the bonus. It wasn't like the lead, but it was definitely one of those. Oh, and yeah. But yeah, in all seriousness, it was that. It was that the security that every woman, or every person, I can't say woman because men look for security too. That security in those feelings. That's what happened. That's why I got married.
All right.
And last question for you.
Okay.
What do you secretly wish people knew about you, and why? Dun, dun, dun.
A couple things come to mind.
Okay.
One, the first thing that came to mind was that I have feelings. I feel like I know where this came from. So I can't say I don't know where this came from. But that I have feelings. And to speak very frankly, I feel like part of that comes from being a Black woman, an African-American woman, if you want to call it that, an American woman of African heritage, however you want to break that on down.
To verbalize it.
It comes from that, because I feel like so much we can't win. I hear guys or people in general go, why can't you be like insert different race of woman here? And part of it, I look at it and I'm like, have you seen the men of that race though, or that group? Because they don't treat their women the way that you do. You can't disrespect me and then expect me to respect you. You can't you know, people, oh, she's so hard. Y'all act like y'all super women and y'all don't, whatever, y'all don't need a man. Y'all always into this feminist and y'all did. Let me be very clear. I don't know any Black feminists. I don't. What I know are Black women who make lemonade. That's what I know. I don't know any women out here. I don't know. And I'm not saying there aren't any, but people act like that's the majority and it's not. I don't know any woman. I'm definitely not the woman to be like, I don't need a man. Let me be clear. I don't need a man with foolishness. I don't need a man that's not a leader. I don't need a boy. I'm not going to say, because what a man is nowadays, I'm not even sure what that is. Because half of these people running around, I can't tell. You're a man because what? Because you have an appendage in your pants. Like, what makes you a man? And I say that because to me, and people talk about, you know, men are so much more logical than women. What's logical about making kids and not raising them? I'll wait. What's logical about, if you really feel that women are the weaker sex, what's logical about mistreating someone that you already deem to be weaker than you? How does that make you a man? People so quick to go lie on their member, if you will, and do all of this stuff and hurt and use and abuse and violate women. But if you already feel that women are beneath you or weaker than you, what do you gain?
Nothing.
What do you gain? If a 300-pound dude went and picked a fight with a 90-pound man, y'all not gonna applaud him. Nobody applauds him. It would be, really, that's what you do? But this man goes and disrespects this woman and he gets props for that. He's player of the year. So I would say I have feelings, and I know that I'm not alone in this, because just women in general, especially like millennials or whatever, and everybody who gets older. And I think women as a whole have become a little more tougher and thick-skinned because you have to be. Because let me be very clear. I am much more sensitive than the house I was raised in, because both of my parents were in science. My father was an engineer. My mother was a computer programmer, basically. My house was very intellectual, books, everything. And it's not that there wasn't love there, but I'm much more sensitive. And I think my mother gets that now to an extent. And we've had conversations about that, but I do have feelings. I'm actually a very sensitive person. And the reason I can say this to people is I'm very true to my sign, which is a Cancer. My shell is thick. Okay. But it's because of, and again, my take on race and all that type of relations and everything else tends to be controversial because of how I grew up. I was not bullied by white people. I was bullied by Black people. I had that going on. I went to school and it was horrible. Day in and day out. So to me, I built this shell of protection because of protection. And as a biologically only child, like, I had brothers, quote unquote, and I didn't really have sisters growing up. I had brothers. I had boys. I was one of those girls that was with the boys, because the boys don't care if you're ugly. The girls were like, you ugly, you can't sit with us. Dudes was like, I mean, you ball? No. Play football? No. Ride bikes? Yeah. All right, cool. We're gonna ride bikes. Like, they tried to find a common ground. And so there was that. But I don't even think they realized, like, I know they didn't realize till like college. Like, we went through middle school, high school. We now 20 before they were like, Chevaun, you a girl, right? Yes. Welcome to Anatomy 101, sweetie. Yes, I'm a girl. Because my girlfriend tripping and I need your opinion. That's when, my boys, my friends, my brothers realized I was a girl, when their girlfriends acted a mess and then they needed a female opinion. But for me, I have feelings. I put a lot of them to the side. I do a lot for everybody else, but you know, I do feel stuff. I do take hits, and I've taken hits a lot. But if it's one of the things I wish people knew about me was that I do have feelings. Like, I'm not a robot. Mm-hmm. I don't think any woman is really a robot, or any man is a robot. Mm-hmm. Any person. So that's the first thing that comes to mind. That if somebody could know that about me, is that. And the second thing was, I wish people knew that I'm a nice person. And that's just because
I can relate to that. I can definitely relate to that.
That just becomes because I remember back, and this is gonna be back in the day. I was on Facebook. I've been on Facebook in like 6 years. So this was like way back in the Facebook days. And I remember one of my cousin's friends that we were cool. And she, you know, they used to do the little quizzes like, how old was I? Guess this. What do you? And one of the questions on one of those little questionnaire things was, what was the first thing you thought about me? What do you think about me now? 3 of her friends all wrote the same thing. The first thing they thought about me when they met me was I was mean. Then the very next question was, what do you think about me now? Oh my God, you're so nice. And I'm like, dude. And I realized part of that is because I inherited, honestly, rest in bitch face. It's all up in here. Okay. It is. I'm that person that if I don't, I'm the person that got, why you look so mean? Or people, oh my God, what's wrong? Are you okay? What's wrong? I'm fine. I was fine till you asked me that dumb question. I'm good. You all right? Like, I honestly, I got that truly. But I wish people would know that I'm a nice person. Now, as you are, I'm a walking contradiction. So know that I'm a nice person. But as the DMX song said, because I was listening to his album in the radio, I'm not a nice person. I'm a nice person, but I'm not a nice person. And I want people to know, I wish more people realize that I am a nice person. Like I'm a genuine person, I guess I'll say more. Those are the two things that I think I wish people really knew about me that they don't seem to. So.
Well, I think you're a nice person. Well, and we have been friend / sister since Malachi was what, 4?
2008. Right. Do the
That's
math.
3.
Count it out.
I had to do it a couple of times to make sure. I was like, he was born in 2005.
That's 13.
So that's 3. Okay. So yeah, since he was 3 and he's now 15. Jesus, I have a 15-year-old. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. My first opinion, I thought you were quiet. I didn't think you did. Yeah, I was like, she's quiet. But I like quiet people. I feel like I'm quiet. Yes, Michelle, you are. Thank you, Chevaun.
I mean, I wasn't gonna say that. Like I mean, you have quiet moments, but I'm not gonna call you a quiet person.
I don't think I'm a loud person.
I didn't say you were loud either.
See, so I'm quiet.
There's something in the, why is everything either white, black, light, dark? Like, no, there's grays and mediums in the middle, people.
I don't know.
You can be quiet or loud or somewhere in the middle. You're not loud.
Okay, well, on the speedometer, I'm closer to quiet. Well, on the scale, I'm closer to quiet.
If loud was a 10 and quiet was a 1, I give you a solid 7. Okay.
Wow, she said a solid 7, like not a 6.
6.5 on a great day. I don't know, but no, I've been around you too much in too many different situations that no, absolutely not. Will I give you a 5? Not gonna happen on that one.
Whatever. It's okay. I guess I'll take my semi-loud. Ugh, I don't think I'm loud. I give myself a 6. Thank you.
Okay, you can give yourself what you need to. But I said what I said.
It makes me feel better on the inside, okay?
Oh,
I don't think I'm that loud. Maybe it's because I hang around louder people.
And that is probably the truth of it, because I basically I'm around me. So a lot most of the time.
True.
But if I put you on a scale of everybody, I know I'm some closer, 10s.
I'm closer to the 1.
I'll give you if we doing comparatively by everybody else, I will give you a 5.5. But if we're gonna do you on your own, you're a 7.
No, we're gonna stick to everybody.
You need to do it by comparison to get that number lower. Yes, okay. Yep. Mm-hmm. If you need to do it based on percentile,
by all means necessary.
Like they used to do in with tests by percentile.
Yep, we'll average this out.
But on your own, you're a good 7. And that's that.
Oh, yes. And that is that. This brings us to the conclusion of our first episode. Who are we? This has been a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful experience. Thank you guys for joining us on our very first episode of A Little Something to Whine About. I have learned a lot about myself as well as my co-host, Miss Chevaun, Camille. We definitely have enjoyed ourselves and learned a lot from each other. We definitely hope that you come back next week. This is going to be a weekly podcast, and we hope that you subscribe to the podcast. And don't forget to visit alittlesomethingtowhineabout.com. That's the website. On there, we love to hear what you're thinking. We love to hear what you're drinking. And don't forget to join us next week. And remember,
there's nothing wrong with a little wine.
Bye.